Hello and welcome to our channel where we give you history of Nigeria and every other things you need to know about Nigeria. Today our video on the Nigerian Women's Riot of 1929. This event was a significant moment in Nigerian history as it marked a turning point in the struggle for independence from British colonial rule. In this video, we'll explore the historical context of the protest, the events that led up to it, and its impact on subsequent women's movements in Nigeria and beyond. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like and drop comments on this video. Thank you. The Nigerian Women's Riot was a protest movement organized and led by rural women in southeastern Nigeria in November and December of 1929. The women were protesting against the policies imposed by British colonial administrators, including newly imposed taxes and restrictions on women's participation in the political sphere. At the time, Nigeria was a British colony, and the colonial government had established a system of indirect rule, which relied on local leaders to enforce British policies and maintain order. In southeastern Nigeria, the colonial government had appointed warrant chiefs to serve as intermediaries between the local population and the colonial administration. These chiefs were often unpopular among the people they governed, as they were seen as collaborators with the colonial authorities and were accused of abusing their power. In addition to the issue of warrant chiefs, the colonial government had also introduced a series of policies that were unpopular among the local population. One of the most significant of these policies was the introduction of direct taxation, which required individuals to pay taxes directly to the colonial government. This policy was particularly unpopular among women, who were often responsible for managing household finances and saw the tax as an additional burden on their already limited resources. Against this backdrop, rural women in southeastern Nigeria began organizing protests against the colonial government and the warrant chiefs. These protests culminated in the Aba Women's Riot of 1929, which saw thousands of women take to the streets to demand an end to the policies that were harming their communities. The women used a variety of tactics to make their voices heard, including singing protest songs, blocking roads, and disrupting meetings of the warrant chiefs. They also used traditional methods of protest, such as the practice of sitting on a man, in which women would surround a man and shame him into changing his behavior. The protest was ultimately successful in achieving its goals. The colonial government was forced to repeal the direct taxation policy, and the warrant chiefs were stripped of their power. The protest was also notable for its role in challenging traditional gender roles and empowering women to take an active role in political and social movements. The Aba Women's Riot of 1929 was a significant event in Nigerian history, as it marked a turning point in the struggle for independence from British colonial rule. The protest was also notable for its role in challenging traditional gender roles and empowering women to take an active role in political and social movements. Today, the legacy of the Aba Women's Riot lives on, as women continue to fight for their rights and demand a more just and equitable society. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channels for more videos.